23 turns. How did this happen? Alright, hello guys. We're going to be just checking out this replay that I had on stream. And, yeah, I'm playing Eldritch, I know. It's not stun. I don't have a single floodgate in here. It's just control. And we're playing against Rika. Now, Rika has a few problems. Notably, Rika Con. It's a card that basically says, if you have a monster, you no longer have a monster. Yeah? It is a problematic card that I don't really have a good answer to. And especially since all of my my good interactions are monsters, they like have to summon themselves as monsters, it's not actually that good for me. Rika does have a second problem, which is the fact that all of their interactions work really well against monsters, but don't really do anything against spells and traps. So being able to just like set a whole bunch of cards is actually pretty good. So keep that in mind as we go through this replay. I'm going to speed things up at this point because honestly, not much really needs to be said. I draw Fuwa, funny, not really going to do anything. I'm going to pitch the Hakero in order to deal with the trap card, except for the fact that my opponent has a card in the grave that is fair and balanced called Rika Princess, which genuinely just shouldn't exist. I hate this card. I hate this card so much. It's just a monster negate by attributing a monster they control, which is like not that big of a deal. So yeah. Anyway, I activate Fuwa so that I can draw a card, because when else am I gonna, draw anything? I ended up hitting the Conquistador, which is fantastic. So we're gonna also set in Elixir, and I'm just gonna pass the turn. There's not really anything else I could do here. Sure, I could technically like summon the Eldritch, but that's just gonna get eaten by the Rika Con because this card is fair and balanced, so it's not even gonna do anything. They set a sheet here as well, and then they're going to go for the Glamour here in order to search up another card. Out comes the Snowdrop. They're going to special summon. They're going to then go to combat here, and I'm just going to Daruma the field, put it all face down. I don't want to deal with it. They flip up the sheet again, and I'm going to go for Conquistador as well as Elixir, which gets promptly Ash. So that sucks. At this point, I'm just going to go for the Torrential just to nuke the field and pass the turn. I draw a Strike, which is something, at least it does something, right? But we're going to go for the Elixir here in order to set Conquistador and then just pass the turn. Conquistador is also going to activate during the end phase. We'll grab up the Elixir of White Destiny. Here my opponent is going to Reborn Petal. Man, the Rika cards really sure are fun, aren't they? They're really cool, huh? Anyway, they're going to set again off of Rika Con in order to grab up another Rika Glamour, in order to grab up another Princess, so that I just cannot do anything. That's the whole idea, is that I don't play the game at any point. Rika's very fun. My opponent's going to go to combat, and I'm just going to take the 2,000 damage, because apparently that's all they have. I don't know what my guy is doing, but I don't know. Anyway, we're going to go for Conquistador here, so that we can actually pop the card here. Now, I specifically popped this one, because all of their traps and all of their like interactions that would actually deal with the Rika cards, or at least like meaningfully, require them to have a monster, or so I thought. But no, that's not the case. I'm just stupid. So I go to combat here, and I'm like, oh yeah, we should be fine. Nope. Away goes my entire field. Man, Rika Con really is such a cool card. I set the counter trap here, and then I activate the Lord of the Heavenly Prison. And we're also going to banish in order to set another Elixir. So there's that. They're going to special summon here, and I get my my Golden Daddy back, but he's not going to stick around very long, because as soon as my opponent does anything. Also, that's the second sheet. I don't know if it's very good, but yeah, there you go. Anyway, my opponent goes for the Rika Petal, and I just negate this, mostly due to the fact that this Eldritch is going to die anyway due to their own Rika Con just doing a thing just by random chance. So because of that, I'm just going to instead tribute it myself. Anyway, they go for the Bonfire and then tribute it in order to make these guys. They're going to grab up another Rika Con, and then we're going to activate the effect in order to make the Teardrop. And I'm like, no, that can't be properly summoned. Get it out of here. And that's pretty much it. This then allows me to go for the Lord of the Heavenly Prison, and we set the bottom extra. My opponent passes the turn. Cool. Hopefully we're not dead. I draw Hope for Escape. Kind of funny. We're going to go for the extra here, to which my opponent will have the second Ash, because of course they do. And yeah, we're just going to switch to attack and deal 3,000. I honestly didn't think that was going to go through, but it did, so okay. Now there's hope for escape, which just kind of sucks. Well, let's see what my opponent can do. They grab up another Mudon, they grab up another Glamour, they activate another Glamour, not tributing my monster, which is kind of interesting, and then they tribute it for the Mudon. But of course, grab up another Rika Con, and they just go combat here. I swear they can do more, but they're just like not. So I'm very confused at this point as to what they're even planning to do. But I'm also looking and I'm like, they have 13 cards in deck. I have 23. I'm playing a bunch of trap cards. It seems like they are out of gas. We're playing the stall game. We're playing the long game. That's the plan. That's what we're going for. Let's see what we can do. So yeah, at this point, I'm just like, don't die. That's our goal. That's our plan. Don't die. So my opponent goes for a Strenna here. They're going to go for the Strenna effect. They're going to grab back another, one of their guys from the grave, which happens to be the Snowdrop. They're going to go to combat, and I'm going to summon out this guy, who just happens to have a lot of defense. I don't know why they crash. I don't know what my opponent is doing. I'm so confused all the time. We draw Cursed Eldland, so I'm going to activate the effect of Cursed Eldland in order to grab up the Conquistador. And at this point, I'm also running low on lands and elixirs, right? So I'm just kind of running low on resources. They have Raigeki. It's a one-of, by the way. In this list, it's a one-of. I don't know why, but anyway, they attack in the wrong order as well, so we get to special summon the Conquistador and block both attacks, which is fantastic. And then during the end phase, we just set the Elixir. I draw Eldritch, the Golden Lord, and we're going to search up here another one of our Cursed Eldlands. We're going to send it to the graveyard in order to special summon the Golden Lord, and then I'm going to activate Hope for Escape, which happens to be an Imperm Column. So I could have done that differently and still drawn a card, but it's fine. It's fine. No, it's fine. Anyway, we're going to banish here in order to set another Hakero as well, and we're just going to activate our... Oh, we're also going to activate the Conquistador to set the Elixir of Scarlet Sanguine. So we do have 2 Elixirs, but yeah, at this point we have pretty much all of our monsters, or stuff like that. Anyway, my opponent steals my monster, because of course they can. And then they're going to go for the Rika Teardrop. They have quite a few interactions, like anything that resolves here, I'm just dead. But again, they attack in this in the incorrect... Well, here it's actually not the incorrect order, but yeah, they attack in this order. So we can go for Hakero, and then I go and summon the Elixir, and they're like, oh, tribute it, and then I'm going to have to activate the effect of the Guardian here as well, in order to special summon itself, so that I can put this guy's attack to 0, so that I don't immediately die. My opponent then goes for the DD Crow here on the Eldritch, I'm like, that's fine, you still have an Eldritch in hand, they're going to give me another Eldritch here, except they're not, because out comes the Sylvan, and now they're going to start to deck out even faster. They called Rika Petal, which, like, they have 2 already in Grave, if I'm not mistaken. So, like, I don't know why they call Petal, but they do. Also, they have all 3 Princess as well, so, like, I just never am going to be able to activate a monster effect, so keep that in mind. Anyway, we draw the Cursed Eldland here, and I'm going to activate my, immediately activate my monster effect, just sending away their monster, and then, you just pass. I don't have anything. I literally can't do anything. I'm just hoping and praying. But for some reason, they allowed me to get rid of the guy that actually contests the field. Anyway, they called by my Eldritch, and I'm like, okay, well, that kind of sucks. Anyway, they shuffle away my guy to the top of the deck, and then they go to combat, and I'm like, cool. Anyway, special summon out my Eldritch. Do you have an out? No? Fantastic. Oh, you do. That's right. You can just tribute away my monster. It's turn 18. It's turn 18. What is happening? I draw Daruma. I'm not dead. Hooray. I'm going to then summon set the Guardian and to just hope and pray. This has 26 attack. Why does it have 26 attack? Because this game hates me. They're going to go for the Dance Fion and then go to combat. They're going to attack, and I'm going to flip all of it face down. Put your ass in the grass. Let's see what... Somehow, some way... I don't know how, but somehow we're still alive. I draw Cursed Eldland. That card is terrible. I'm just going to try and send it to the grave. Huh? Okay, we're going to summon this guy in defense. Apparently my opponent doesn't have anything. Oh, that's right. Both Cold Miser in the grave. There's one, there's 2. Bada bing, bada boom. You'll love to see it. My opponent's going to flip up everything. They're going to special summon a guy from deck. And then they have 4 cards left. They have 4 cards in their deck. I draw Torrential. That keeps me alive. They're going to summon a guy during the end phase because Rika Petal is a fun, fair, and balanced Yu-Gi-Oh card. And then my opponent is going to activate a card declaring Rika Petal and then just realize they don't have anything. Concede. Good game. Good game. Yep. Good game. Oh, baby. Here is what my opponent was working with. Obviously, it was basically just pure Rika instead of, like, Plant Link shenanigans. And because of that, here's the thing. They had Hyperiton. If you don't know what this card is, it's insane. And it basically would have won them this game almost immediately. On top of that, they also didn't end up drawing Harpy's Feather Duster, which also would have saved them, which is hilarious. So I got very lucky, but also Dear Lanta, this is probably the worst game of Yu-Gi-Oh! I think I've ever played. And you may be wondering, why didn't you do anything? You could have done stuff. I can't. Anytime I could have potentially done something, the unknowns, especially the fact that I saw 2 ricochets, I didn't know if they had a third or if they had some other sort of trap like Tranquility. Because of Rikka-Con-Con, putting my monsters onto the field is highly detrimental to me because they can just immediately get rid of it. So I was actively disincentivized to play the game. And I'm playing a slow deck as well, so it's like, yeah. Great game. Just great game on both sides. 10 out of 10. I sure do love Rikka-Con-Con immediately dealing with my monsters and preventing me from ever playing the game. Fun. That's gonna be it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and stay frosty. Bye-bye. Shout out to the Frost Guard, my members. Thank you guys so much for the support, and I hope you enjoy the content.